Hi, my name is Allison Nelson, and today I will be talking about media and its influence on female sexuality. The main types of media I will be focusing on are social media and film. As you can see in this graph, social media growth has exponentially grown since 2010. It is at an all-time high. In this graph, you can see a breakdown of Facebook user demographic. The movie industry has also exponentially grown since even 1980. As shown in this graph, the top rating genres of film are adventure, action, drama, and crime. This chart goes over the demographic of viewers and what genres they prefer, according to age group and gender. In 1925, the subtle objectification of women could be seen in The Gold Rush through a female character that showed little characterization and was used as motivation for the male protagonist in the film. Jumping ahead to 2007 and 2011 with Transformers and Project X, the women in the film had very little character development and were used mainly as eye candy, which was directed towards the male gaze. This video goes over the objectification in media and how it affects women.
I think on one hand it's really hard as an actor. I've always been very difficult, or I've had a very difficult time with promotion, self-promotion. It's always felt very like you have to be a shameless self-promoter, and that's been very difficult. So I realize that there is some need to put yourself out there and be like, oh, I'm just hanging out. But I think when it becomes a compulsion, like in order to feel relevant or to feel like I'm here, it feels like such a psyche related thing that it's almost like you need to put those images out there so that other people will validate your existence. And that's sort of how it feels with the selfie craze. And I know that they've already said that selfie addicts have, it's like a psychotic disorder or something like that. And I can definitely understand that. Sometimes I feel like I'm addicted, constantly like checking my phone, like how many likes did I get? How many likes? The hypersexualized aspect of it, I think again it's just a symptom of an already totally over-sexualized and yet super repressed culture that we live in, where it's we're constantly surrounded by images of women being hypersexualized. So it's almost, you feel like a success if you fit that box. I think it's terrible, and I hope that we're kind of moving away from it, or people are at least aware of it, but I don't know. I don't think it's going away anytime soon.
According to an NPR article, women tended to face more pressures to appear sexy in their social media profiles, whereas men tended to post pictures of them in outdoorsy settings and real-life situations. This is especially prominent in dating apps such as Tinder. Long-term effects of objectification and hypersexualization in media are that society expects hypersexualized women but then shames them for being too sexual, which creates a double standard and can lead to decreased self-confidence, confusion, and chasing unattainable standards. Men and women can both gain a lack of appreciation for women in everyday life. Sexual liberation is an important step that we need to strive to achieve in society. According to Tallman's 2012 article, women need to stop monitoring other women and analyzing whether they are really sexually liberated or if their sexuality is being influenced by outside society standards of sexiness. An example of this would be Kim Kardashian's tweet, which created public outrage and debate on whether she was putting herself in a position to be objectified or if she was truly sexually liberated. In conclusion, social media and film both perpetrate the continued objectification of women in society by the standard and normalization of hypersexualization.